In the midst of a crisis, the one thing that we all face is that it all seems so pointless. There's a purposelessness about what we're doing, about our lives, about our future. And I was thinking of Joseph of Arimathea when Matthew records that having taken the body of Christ from the cross and put it into his own tomb, he then went away. He went away. There was a certain sadness, a silence, and just the purposelessness must have struck him. I wonder whether he would have said to himself, what was the point of going to Pilate, or of taking down the body of Christ, or of getting Nicodemus to help me with removing the body and bringing the spices and putting him into my own tomb? But he did what he did as the actions that he believed was right at the time, even if it looked pointless. And that is, I suppose, what so many of us would feel. There's a pointlessness, almost a grief at what, when we look back, we look at the sunny uplands of what appeared to be great times, and they've gone. We look forward with uncertainty, with trepidation, and think of the future that we have lost. We've lost in the past. We're purposeless in the present, and we seem to be losing in the future. That is a kind of grief that is coming upon us, and it comes upon us collectively. So often we've said to ourselves, we want to make a real difference, and now we're facing the prospect that we're in lockdown. Think of the pointlessness of that silent Saturday when nothing seemed to be happening. The heavens seemed to be closed. Joseph thinking of the liberating Messiah dead, of the miracles and the expectation of miracles dead, of this man of action, this leader dead. And so it is with many of us. We think of new businesses that we want to start, and that hope is dead. The expectations of completing a degree or studying further, that is dead. The developing of meaningful relationships and interactions with people, that's also dead. There are times when there is a silence around, and when things do appear pointless, and there is no point in trying to sugar that pill. But Joseph didn't have the privilege of knowing that Silent Saturday was not the end of the story. When he went away from that tomb and considered just where his life was in that sort of broken and discombobulated way, he didn't know what we knew. Because it is that the Spirit of God works in these times of silence, works in these times of grief, works in these times of pointlessness by reminding us that that is not the end of the story. That, like Silent Saturday, was followed by the celebration of Sunday, of the resurrection. That where we are in our lives, in this time of lockdown, wherever you are in the world, and it all seems so painful, so grief-stricken, there must be for all of us the Christian hope that yes, there are the silent times, the hard times, the difficult times of our lives, but the Spirit is the reminder that there is a point to it. And that point is that the God of hope is struggling with us, and that the God of hope will be taking us through to the other side, to a time of resurrection hope. And the strength that that gives us enables us to stand even in the midst of grief and pointlessness of a crisis that we now face.